Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told how to voice the radio. So today we need to have a little bit of a look at, well, kind of Scarlet and Violet 7, kind of Stellar Miracle. But over in Hong Kong and Taiwan, remember Hong Kong and Taiwan is traditional Chinese, they're completely up to date, they have been for a while. And then we got simplified Chinese, which is mainland China, who are catching up, and I keep showing you all that cool stuff they're doing as they're catching up and bringing new things from old sets. Well, I mean, they have gone and revealed the set, don't get me wrong, and they've shared with us a bunch of stuff. Things like your Terrapagos and your Lapras, and then the A-Spec that reduces the cost of the attacks on Terra Pokemon, and everything else has gone and been revealed. It's a bunch of cool stuff. We've covered it before, and, you know, go back and check those videos if you wish. But what's really interesting is this extra little product they've gone and snuck out. Now, they did actually reveal the Horizon set, the anime cards as well. This is the thing I showed you the other day, where they've actually got a Jumbo Terrapagos and Friends card alongside a Fuecoco and a Sprigatito. And I told you that the Fuecoco and Sprigatito are alternate art cards, existing cards, new artwork. And I told you the Terrapagos and Friends is a jumbo card, and I know we will never get a regular version of this. I know no regular size version of this will ever be revealed and released, and the reason very simply is it's absolutely ridiculously full-on broken. Does 100 damage for each of your Pokemon in play, and sure, it's for 4 colorless energy, but any deck that can accelerate energy, and there are a bunch of them out there, will be able to make this absolutely full-on broken. So yeah, we're not getting that. And look, this is a cool product to get. It was a cool thing to have a look at the other day. I really enjoy looking at weird cards like that. But it turns out there is one other product which is coming as well. Now, it does include question mark bonus cards with special illustrations. I don't know what that means, honestly. I don't know what that means. There are going to be a number of promo cards. That's the most I can tell you here. How many of them? Don't know. What are they going to look like? Don't know. It's interesting, of course, we've literally just seen the Fuecoco and Sprigatito, which I'm just putting it out that I think they're going to remain exclusive to Hong Kong and Taiwan. I could be wrong, but we've not seen them in Japan, and Japan have revealed Scarlet and Violet 7, and it doesn't really make sense. Like, we don't need these, because they're 2 alternate arts and a jumbo. We can happily go like the rest of time without ever seeing these cards released elsewhere, and I'm just not sure we're actually going to see them released elsewhere. I don't know what's going on with these promo cards. I would love to give you some kind of answer here. I'd love to give you a list of promo cards and all of that. Can't do it. But something's going on here, and as soon as I know, I'm going to let you know, because maybe it's just going to be random promos from elsewhere that they pop in here, and this is an excuse to catch up on promos. I don't think that's the case, but that could be the case. Or it could be a bunch of exclusive cards that we've not seen elsewhere. That I like very, 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 very much indeed. So yeah, we don't know. I will let you know as soon as I do. But we also have a booklet. Now, a lot of the time, booklets aren't that exciting. Now, it is a booklet that's got every card in the set in. It shows you the entire card, which is awesome. But we don't have a look at the inside of the booklet, just the cover. But actually, the cover tells us a bunch of stuff. Because if we have a look here, there are 4 Pokemon that are featured on the front. We got Terrapagos with a fancy Terra background. Lapras with a fancy Terra background. And then underneath, we've got Cinderace and Galvantula, also with fancy Terra backgrounds. And remember, I told you a moment ago that there are exactly 2 Stellar Terra Pokemon that we've seen so far. And that is Terrapagos and Lapras. This ain't a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a coincidence, Clearly what's going on here is that they are showing us all 4 of the Stellar Terra Pokemon. As a side note, I would expect it to be the only 4. This seems very deliberate as far as I'm concerned. This seems like something which has been done with care. They've basically gone, look, there are 4 of these new type of Terra Pokemon. They're not even really that new, honestly. They're the same as other Terra Pokemon with weird attack costs. But still, there are 4 of these new type of cards in the set. Let's put all 4 of them as a collage on the front of the booklet. We've seen 2 of them. These have got to be the other 2. And again, I say this with, as far as I'm concerned, a pretty high degree of prediction here. Pretty high degree of certainty. I feel very good about this. They are not just the next 2. They are the only other 2. I would not expect to get any more than this. And that seems to be where we are. I wish I could show these to you. I was hoping that we would get some revealed this weekend over in Japan. That has not happened, and this is an awkward kind of thing to do, because I have to make this video and then edit and upload it pretty much immediately, because if I don't get this video online quickly, then blatantly I'm going to go, hey, we're going to get a Cinderace and a Galvantula, and then Japan will be like, oh yeah, no, here they are. And then this video becomes completely pointless. Now that I've made this video, and I'm going to upload it before they can announce them. They're probably going to hold off for a week or 2, but there's nothing I can do about that. For now, I've told you what's coming, and again, I do think it's very important to note this should be the only 2. We should be getting 4 in total. Terapagos looks absolutely nuts. Lapras looks very, very good, and I do think that's an important part of the equation here. The fact that these are not just stellar Pokemon, but they are ones that look really, really good. They're ones that look like they've got a lot going on, so that means that there's going to be reasons to be excited for Galvantula and Cinderace here. Remember, we've already got a bunch of support, like the aforementioned A-Spec Sparking Crystal, which reduces the attack cost of a Terra Pokemon by 1 of any energy, so it doesn't actually matter what kind of energy you're reducing here, you can reduce by any, which helps massively. And then of course we've already seen that Briar is absolutely nuts for stellar Pokemon, because if your opponent's got exactly 2 prizes left, and you take a KO with a Terra Pokemon, you take an extra prize card, which is clearly ridiculous. And then we've got Crispin, lets you search your deck for 2 basic energy of different types. 1 goes in your hand and 1 gets to attach to a Pokemon. And obviously between Crispin and the tool, that's basically 2 extra energy that you can have going on here, in addition to your attachment for the turn. So a random free energy attack cost actually becomes genuinely doable, and that's kind of ridiculous. And if we take a quick look back at the 2 we've already seen, we know that Terapagos looks redonkulous. It looks absolutely busted under the right circumstances. Because it's got an attack for 2 energy that says 30 damage for each of your bench Pokemon, but then we've got Area 0 Underdepths that lets you have 8 bench Pokemon as long as you've got a Terra Pokemon in play. Yeah. And Glass Trumpet that lets you attach an energy to 2 of your bench colorless Pokemon from your discard pile. You can only use it if you've got a Terra Pokemon in play, but again, I'm clearly thinking of Terapagos here. And then we've got free energy 180, and it doesn't take damage from non-colorless basic Pokemon. With all the support, you know, this is a card where when you look at the card in a vacuum, it's like, well, fine, it's okay. But then you look at it with Crispin and Briar and Area 0 Underdepths and Sparking Crystal and Glass Trumpet, and you're like, oh, okay, no, we're good here. We get this. And I don't think Lapras is quite as good, but I think Lapras has a lot of potential. Single energy, 40 for each energy attached to this Pokemon. Or free energy, look at the top 20 cards of your deck and attach any number of energy, and it is energy, not basic energy, to your Pokemon in any way that you like. And it's free energy, but Crispin will get you 1 of those energy, and the A-Spec will reduce 1 of the energy, and then you attach for turn, and oh yeah, you're good. And then you're attaching up to 20 energy. I did erroneously say in a video about Glass Trumpet, obviously Glass Trumpet doesn't work with Lapras unless you use something like Energy Switch, because it is only to colorless Pokemon. The reason for that is really simply because these kind of all look like colorless Pokemon. and all of the support is for colourless Pokemon, and Terrapagos, the main one, is a colourless Pokemon. It's a silly mistake, don't get me wrong, but I'm hoping it's an understandable mistake to make. So there's a nice little refresher on what we've got coming from the set, with news that we do have more coming, and there are some promos, and this is maddening news to bring you, right? Because there are some promos coming, but I can't tell you what they are. We have Cinderace and Galvantula coming, but I can't tell you what they do. But they should be revealed. My guess is Friday we're going to see some more, and that would be lovely. I'm going on a family holiday just for the weekend on Friday, but not until I've had time to bring you the news, so make sure you're checking back then. For now, I want to know what you think about all of this, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Chelsea Rose, who's been a supporter of ours for a long time now, and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.